All right, welcome. This is DB Talking Now, DB Talking Birds, DB Talking Philadelphia Eagles. Welcome, guys. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. So I will not be live with Patrick J today just because Patrick's got a busy day at work. But we have a few things to get into. And obviously, guys, there's not a whole lot to report today, but today will be kind of an open question, open conversation, Q&A sort of format, kind of like we've done in the past. So it's all going to be good. But there is a few things that I do want to talk about regarding the Philadelphia Eagles. So it came out. Big Play Slay, what's up, my brother? We're doing a Q&A open conversation today, my man. So we got to keep this thing popping, dude. So one of the things I did want to address is obviously one of the more recent reports that just came out is that the Eagles traded back from 6 because they believed that Ja'Marr Chase was going to be taken by the Bengals at 5. While I understand the logic, the question is this: what if they don't go Ja'Marr Chase at 5 and Ja'Marr Chase is there at 6? And if that happens, the Eagles traded back because of the Bengals. It's exactly what we're talking about. Let's just say because the article was phrased, it's to be believed that the Eagles traded back from 6 to 12 because they thought that the Bengals were going to take Ja'Marr Chase at 5. Which means two things, right? It means that the Eagles were interested in Zach Wilson. They couldn't get him. And now this means that the Eagles are interested in Ja'Marr Chase, and they believe that they couldn't get him. Look, if Ja'Marr Chase is not taken at 5, the Eagles are fucking up this draft already. And it scares me. It scares me big time. It does. It scares me big time. Now, look, I'm not taking away what I've talked about before, and that is, there's going to be plenty of players. There's going to be plenty of players to take at number 12. But I mean, it seems like they're throwing out there in the world that there are guys that they like, and then they're letting it be there, and then they're letting it be known, or they're letting somebody know, so that somebody can let us know that they're failing to go and get those guys. And if that's the truth, I mean, look, it's not their fault that they can't move up and go get these guys. It's not their fault. I mean, look, if the Jets didn't want to surrender number 3 or surrender number 2, that's out of the Eagles' control. You know what I mean? If the Bengals are going to take Ja'Marr Chase at 5, and the Eagles can't jump up to the Falcons to go get him, and they don't want to do that, that's out of their control. You know what I mean? But you're letting everybody know that you're fucking up. Big Play Slay says, see, Roseman's pulling off his shenanigans. He did it last year with Jalen Hurts. The scouts wanted Jeremy Chin. Howie wanted Hurts. And then when Chin came out, good Howie said he wanted him. Yeah, I don't remember Howie Roseman ever saying that he wanted Jeremy Chin. I don't ever remember him saying that. I remember him saying that Doug Peterson wanted Jalen Hurts, but I never remember him saying that he wanted Jeremy Chin. I never remember that. But yeah, it's stupid. Look, here's the thing. This isn't to take away anything from the guys. This isn't to take anything away from the guys that are still going to be there at 12. It's really not. But like it is again. It's another example of just this organization is not doing a very good job. This organization is not doing it very. We didn't need to know that. You could have been like Jalen Waddle or Devontae Smith was our guy all along, and that's fine. Of course, they're not going to come out and say that. It's gonna let people know what their plans are. But like, I honestly, in my opinion, I think we need more of a Jalen Waddle because Jalen Reagor was a failure. Let's just call a spade, as LB likes to say. Jalen Reagor was a failure. Jalen Reagor was a failure. You're like your first round pick is supposed to perform better than that. And I think that Jalen Waddle is going to do a lot better than Jalen Reagor. And so, we take Jalen Waddle. I feel like we'll have a success story. We take Devontae Smith. I feel like we'll have a success story. We take any one of these other guys. I feel like we'll have a success story. But the thing is, this is I don't want to hear about how you failed to go get Zach Wilson. I don't want to hear about how you failed to go get Jamar Chase. Like, fuck you. Fuck, like, just stop. Just stop. You know what the problem is? This team has a lot of capital. They could turn this thing around like that if they wanted to. But I feel like Howie is the fucking wrench in the wheel that or the the dirt in the in the thing, whatever the fuck. He's the clog in the Howie's the clog in the drain. Like, there's no, like, why? For what reason? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense to me. Yeah, I'm bringing this back to Howie Roseman. I'm bringing it back to Howie Roseman because like, we have so much draft capital. It should be really easy to turn this team around. Like, this draft is so deep. And other people are going to be like, oh, DB, you're wrong. Like, it's like, come on, be realistic. Like, it's going to take a couple of years. It doesn't have to. With the amount of capital that we have, it doesn't have to take a couple years or 3 or 4. It doesn't have to. It really doesn't. Just be smart. Be smart. It's not hard. It's not fucking hard. Big Play Slay says the scouts wanted Chin how I wanted Jalen Hurts. By the point people realized Chin was the pick the Eagles needed people was saying how I wanted Chin over Hurts. Yeah, no, I remember how the whole story played out, but that's he said, she said stuff, and it's just that one, like, I wish we could change the past. How that would have affected Carson. I don't maybe Carson wouldn't have given up on his. I don't know. I mean, we have Hurts now, so. But I mean, here's the thing: did we need Jeremy Chin? Yes. Yeah, we needed a Jeremy Chin. We still need a Jeremy Chin. There's going to be so many options at 37 this year, too, or our second round pick this year, too. It's like, again, it's going to be hard to fail with that 37th pick. It's just like the 12th pick. It's going to be hard to fail. It's going to be hard to fail with the pick, For example, here, I'll pull it up right now. I'll pull this up right now. PFF. Do this just for fun. Da 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 da. What I consider, Big Play says, would you consider Elijah Vera Tucker at pick 12? Well, I did mention that yesterday with Patrick J on air, briefly. I wouldn't mind. I mean, yeah, I kind of would. I kind of would mind if they went Elijah Vera Tucker at 12. I kind of would. Me personally, like, I like him. I like Elijah Vera Tucker a lot. But I think that, again, it's one of those things where we need playmakers on both sides of the ball. Playmakers, like wide receiver, skill positions, secondary, defensive backs. Like yes, we don't have the best line in the world, but we're not going to need the best line in the world with the agile quarterback back there. And I'm not saying that we shouldn't upgrade, but I'm saying that it's not a first round need. How's the hands doing, bud? Thank you, buddy. I appreciate that. Getting in the shower is like gritting teeth every single morning so far. But they felt a little bit better today. I appreciate that. Did you just did you just did you just see them? Yeah, they hurt. They hurt. The band-aids keep popping off because they're band-aids on the fold of a hand, and band-aids don't stick on very well if you're folding. But it's all right. I can grasp stuff. It's just not often can I grasp stuff. I mean, with my right hand. And I'm a righty too. I wouldn't take Elijah Vera Tucker that high for the Philadelphia Eagles. To be completely honest with you, I mean, I think Elijah Vera Tucker might even be a good draft for the Patriots. To be honest with you, they lost. They lost guard Joe Thuney. I know that they like the other guy though. I probably actually could see Elijah Vera Tucker going to the Giants at 11, honestly. So he might even be off the board before we even take him. That's exactly what my other buddy said. My hands were so my hands, like, just the feeling I had from the road rash was like it was so on fire that I didn't even feel I didn't even feel like the Neosporin. I didn't even feel the water when we finally got into water. So it wasn't even like the normal burning feeling. I couldn't feel it. And I think it was just adrenaline and stuff like that too. But I mean, yeah, I don't know. I have calluses on my fingers because I play guitar, but I don't play guitar with my palms. So you know what I mean? Big play say so. I don't. Yeah. I don't know why I feel like it should be hurting a lot more because it was definitely deep. It looks better today, but they were definitely it was a definitely deep shred. Would I take Justin Fields if he falls to pick 12? That's a good question. It really is. It's a good question. I'm down on Justin Fields, and obviously we know this, but because I've said it. But I do think that if he can get better with the speed of his reads, and diagnosing defenses, I think he's going to be elite. I really do because he's got a heck of an arm and his accuracy is phenomenal. Like, everything else is phenomenal, but he's a little bit he's slow on his reads. That's the only thing that brings him down. And that's the only reason why I see him falling. It's interesting because the 49ers, there's reports that the 49ers were at one point interested in Sam Darnold or called about Sam Darnold, but I don't think they're going to go that route anymore. That may have been before the trade, but now there's reports saying that it might be Mac Jones at 3 instead of Trey Lance, and that it might be Trey Lance, or that it could be Justin Fields. So I don't think the quarterback for the 49ers, I don't think I don't think that whether it's going to be Trey Lance, Justin Fields, or Mac Jones, I don't think it's a done deal. You know what I mean? I don't think that they've made up their minds yet. I think that they're still trying to decide who it's going to be. But honestly, I'm not even sure if it's going to be Trey Lance. I feel like that's the obvious consensus pick. Like you would go with that one because right as of right now, Trey Lance is the third quarterback ranked. But I have a feeling that the 49ers do like Mac Jones a lot, and obviously where I stand with that is what would have the dude done if he had a few more years as the starter for Alabama, and I think that's one of the things that the 49ers are certainly considering amongst many other teams too. I think a lot of teams like Mac Jones's potential, and so that's where that is going. That is where that is going. But a couple other things around the league obviously is the Jets might keep Darnold despite drafting a quarterback. Which I don't think anybody really cares about anymore. Like I don't know what they're gonna get for Darnold. I mean, I don't. I like. Here's the thing. I'm one of those people about Darnold where I still think that if you get him in the right situation, there's potential to be found. But that's if he's the right situation. Other than that, like everybody else is right. Like he's not worth it. So whatever they're keeping him around for, I don't know. I don't know. The Jets could probably get maybe like a fourth or something out of him. But hey, who knows? They're the Jets. They're the Jets, right? Big play Slay. They're the Jets. And Patrick is listening to this, by the way. He's just not. He is listening to. He's at work. Patrick J is listening to this stream, but he's at work. So you can talk shit on the Jets if you want. Big Play Slay says, yeah, he puts the ball in harm's way a lot, to be honest. He utilizes his strengths well, and he's a really good deep ball thrower. He can get better through, though, especially at the collegiate level. Yeah. Are you talking about Mac Jones? Are you talking about Justin Fields? Because the one thing that really surprised me that I think was underlooked or overlooked is the fact that Mac Jones did a phenomenal job, with the over the shoulder passes in that tough conference. Fields, okay. Fields, I agree. All right, so this is what we're gonna do. Let me go ahead and bring this up. Boom, boom. All right. That's why the Jets suck. Yeah, Patrick J is listening, and I believe that he is. All right, let's go ahead and do a little bit of a mock draft. Why don't we? All right, start draft. See, look at this. Trey Lance is on the board. Let's see what happened here. Okay, so Trevor Lawrence at 1 to the Jaguars. Jets take Zach Wilson. Justin Fields goes 3 to the 49ers. Jamar Chase goes to the Falcons. Maybe they're looking for Julio's replacement there. Penei Sewell goes to the Bengals, which is something that I think actually will happen because they need to find they need to find their bookend tackle. That's the one thing that Patrick and I disagree on is like they have to find their bookend tackle for Joe Burrow. He got hurt. He's still hurt. Kyle Pitts at 6 to Miami. The Lions take Rashawn Slater to protect Jared Goff. The Panthers go Micah Parsons. Interesting. Disagree with that. Devontae Smith to the Broncos and Trevon Moehrig to the Cowboys, which could make sense because the Cowboys have been trying to upgrade their safety position for the longest time. Caleb Farley to the Giants. That doesn't make sense. That doesn't really make sense. but that's okay. Who do we got? We have Jalen Waddle. We have Jalen Waddle, Trey Lance, Patrick Surtain, Mac Jones on the board, and J.C. Horn. So big play. You tell me who you want to take, and we'll go ahead and take them. Big Play Slay says, even though I like Lance more than Fields, I still think Fields fits Shanahan's system better than Lance. Yeah, I can agree with that. You want to go Waddle over quarterback? Over quarterback, Trey Lance. All right, let's do it. I'm down. No questions there. Let's do it. I don't think that happens in real life, though. I think they take Trey Lance here if he's there, but we can do it. All right. So now we still got Asante Samuel Jr. on the board out of Florida State, and obviously we know that they did a virtual visit with Asante Samuel Jr. So they're showing interest. Linebacker Jabril Cox is somebody that I like a lot. And obviously, there's all these other guys as well. But I'm just trying to look through here and identify the ones that I do like. Like Elijah Moore, for example. But we just took obviously we just took Jalen Waddle. So yeah, no. What do you say? You want to go Asante Samuel Jr. here? Asante Samuel Jr. Got it. Let's go ahead and do it. All right. So we're just gonna do the first. We're just gonna do the first two, just because it's. I mean, I could do this all. I could do this over and over again, all of our picks, but don't want to take up all of the time in the world. There we go. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing is I one of the scenarios that I like a lot is Asante Samuel Jr. being there at pick 37. I think it's almost as likely as Miles Sanders being there when we picked him in the second round. I kind of want him, I want him hands down. He's just one of those guys that I absolutely want on this team. And the same thing was the same thing I said. The same thing I was saying to my buddies. The year that Miles Sanders was coming out. I was like, if I could have one guy, it would be Miles Sanders out of this draft. Now, obviously, this is a little bit different this year. Like, there's a multitude amount of guys that I would like, but Asante Samuel Jr. is definitely one that I want to have, and might be disappointed if we pass on him. If he's there in the second round and we pass on him, I would be disappointed. So. Other than that, just a few other things, and then we'll go ahead and wrap it up because there's not a lot. There wasn't a lot of news that was reported today. Big Play Slay. Gilmore open to Stephon Gilmore is open to a Patriots extension, and Would I trade down for a rising candidate? Would I trade down for a rising candidate at wide receiver? Like Terrence Marshall? No, Jalen, you didn't miss a lot at all. Like Terrence Marshall, would I trade down to gain extra picks if I were to draft Terrence Marshall? Something like that? A guy like that? Is that what you mean? Probably. Yeah, if they were targeting LSU wide receiver Terrence Marshall, and that's who they liked. Yeah, Jalen, it does. It is starting to look like that. Eagles are taking a wide receiver. Yeah, it does. There's only a couple things that kind of throw a wrench into that belief, and that's the recent report, and Big Play Slay and I were talking about it, that the Eagles traded back from 6 because they believed that the Bengals were going to take Jamar Chase, and so that might mean, like, it depends on how much they believe the drop off is from Jamar Chase to like Devontae Smith or Jalen Waddle, and obviously, we think that Jalen Waddle or Devontae Smith should still be taken at 12. But Howie Roseman is Howie Roseman, and he's a fucking nutcase. And so we don't know what he'll do. Dak is king. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Are you stealing my lingo now, buddy? You stealing my lingo? Is that what's going on? All right. Everybody say hi to Patrick J. He's not here today, but he is definitely listening to the show. So you guys can say hi to Patrick J, and hopefully he joins in and comments. But he's working. He's working like a dog today. Like a crazy dog. All right. Yeah, I would. Here's the thing. So I would trade back. I would, because there's guys that I like, and I've talked about this too, is Rashad Bateman or Kadarius Toney, or Terrence Marshall Jr., also out of LSU. Those are guys I wouldn't mind having if we were to miss out on Jalen Waddle. If we were to miss out on Jalen Waddle, let's say that we were in a position where we were missing out on Jamar Chase, Devontae Smith, and Jalen Waddle. I would trade down. I would be okay, and I would be okay with us taking Terrence Marshall. And then that's when I would want us to trade down. Like if we were set on getting a first round wide receiver, yes, I would do that. I would do that in a heartbeat because I love Terrence Marshall. I love Kadarius Toney. I love Rashad Bateman. And I would definitely do that. How you doing today, DB and everyone? I am doing fine, Doc. Thank you. Thank you. I have to agree with you now. Cowboys taking Surtain, DB. Yeah, I mean, I don't think that they let that Alabama cornerback get away from them. Either that, or I know that your Cowboys have been wanting to fill that safety void for a while now. And Trevon Moehrig, while it might be a reach, a lot of people like him. And I mean, he's a playmaker at safety for TCU. They might reach and go Trevon Moore and take the best safety available there. So. Big Play Slay says, yeah, hi, Patrick. Fuck the Jets, buddy. Real hard. What do I do for a living? I assassinate candy. I assassinate Ben and Jerry's ice cream. I watch Netflix. I watched a really good movie last night. Just kidding. I work. I think I can say what I do. Yeah, I can say what I do. I work for GoDaddy, actually. So there's that. There is that. I work for GoDaddy. I would think Eagles could get other wide receiver at second and just take a cornerback. Jalen Hurts me said, yeah, I agree with you there. And I think that's a good that's one of those scenarios that I like, that I could see happening, that I wouldn't mind happening. I think it's either reverse. I think that's kind of how we want it to play out. Is either you go wide receiver first, you go cornerback second, or you go cornerback first and you go wide receiver second. Like it's like, but here's the thing: is if they go wide receiver first and then they go cornerback second, then the cornerback pickings might not be there in the with the 37th pick as they were at the first. Whereas if you don't go wide receiver first, where if you go cornerback first, you could get like a Farley, or you could get a J.C. Horn, but you'll miss out on like a Jalen Waddle. And the thing is will they be okay with that? Would you guys be okay with that as fans? That's the thing, is would you guys be okay with missing out on Jalen Waddle for J.C. Horn? You got to answer that question honestly, because I haven't answered that question yet. I haven't answered that question yet. Now, while I would love Kadarius Toney or Rashad Bateman or Terrence Marshall, I wish I could do what you did, DB, but school knows me, so I can't. If I were a Dallas fan, I wouldn't take Surtain. He's going to be a bust. Big Play Slay, you really think that, don't you? Yeah. Well, here's the thing. Big Play Slay says, I wish I could do what you did, DB, but school knows me, so I can't. Yeah. Well, I mean, if you're talking about time, I mean, it just took like I had to move things around at first, and then I had to come back to some things, and then now it's like I'm starting to get everything back in the fold, and manage it all. So it's kind of cool. I like the fact, because I wasn't able to do what I wanted to do, all the stuff, this and work, and like it was difficult. It was one of those jigsaw puzzle things for a long time. Dacus King says, "Bro, I feel like Surtain would be a stud. What do you think? DB has to be better than Farley." I don't. Well, here's the thing: injury. It's when grading a player, like I don't throw in injury, especially when it's pre-draft. Mainly because like it doesn't have anything to do with their skill set. Injury concerns don't have anything to do with their skill set. Farley is still going to be a stud. I think both are going to be a stud. I think I think both cornerbacks are going to be a stud. I think J.C. Horn is going to be a stud as well. But which one is going to be better? That one's tough. That one's really tough. That one is really tough. Jalen Hurts me says, "You think it's weird Trevor Lawrence is not attending the draft?" No, I don't think it's weird. I don't think it's weird. I was a little bit shocked to hear it at first, but then I was like, okay, I get it. Look, guys, people have their opinions of everything. And some people, are still being really, really cautious about the COVID. As rightfully so. So I don't know what his reasons are. I assume that is why. And look, here's the thing too, is you can't blame a guy. I mean, he wants to enjoy the draft in the comfort of his home. That's fine. Is that fine? That's fine. Fine. It doesn't bother me. Does it bother you? It doesn't bother me. I don't think there's anything else, Like, would you rather sit in your home and like, I don't know. I mean, I'd probably go if it were me, but if it weren't like a COVID universe, but just because it's kind of like a once in a lifetime thing, but to each their own. Also, Chiefs signed Reed from Seahawks. I do know that. We will talk about that in a little bit. Dude, it's so hard. Big Play Slay says, dude, it's so hard to get pick 1 from the Jags in my mock draft, dude. Oh, I didn't even try that. I don't even want to. Surtain gets beat over the top for my liking and gives up a ton of yak yards on film. Yeah. Well, he's great. He's great. He's great at pressing at the line of scrimmage. I mean, he's great. He's great in man. And so it's things like that. That make him, arguably one of the best at coming out of the draft. But but Patrick and I talked about this yesterday. Is we actually have J.C. Horn ranked as our number one, and then it's Caleb Farley, and then it's Patrick Surtain. So Jalen Hurts says, would you have more faith in getting a stud receiver in second or corner in second? I would have more faith getting a stud receiver in the second, like a Bateman or a Tony or a Terrence Marshall. I just gave the Jaguars the Eagles' entire draft for pick 1, and they declined it. Holy shit, it's so hard to get that number 1 pick, dude. Are you on PFF/mock? 49ers attended Mac Jones Pro Day. Yeah, I think the 49ers are interested in Mac Jones. I think the 49ers are interested in Trey Lance, and I think the 49ers are interested in Justin Fields. I don't think that they know who they're going to take yet, but I feel like a lot of teams like Mac Jones because there's potential there, and he only got 1 year as the starter at Alabama. So yeah. Jaguars would never trade the first. Never say never. Never say never. You never know. What if the Eagles gave up Jalen Hurts and 4 first-round draft picks, guys? Because we have 4 over the next 2 years. Just saying. Is it me or am I the only one not scared of NFC West anymore? It's you, Dak. I'm not scared of the NFC West, but I have a lot of hopes for their potential. I think the Cardinals are going to do some good things this year. Again, the Seahawks are a question mark. The Rams, I think the signing of Deshaun Jackson was a really good one for that wide receivers core. I think Matthew Stafford was a good trade. I just think that they gave up too much. Maybe not too much, but I just feel like I don't know. I think the Rams are going to be good. I'm not scared of the NFC West. I think that each team can be beat, but they're nobody. I mean, they're nobody to sleep on either. You can ask any question you want, Dak. You never have to preface your questions, ever, even if you are a Cowboys fan. Let me just let you know this right now. No matter how I feel about the lowly Cowboys, you can always ask whatever question you would like to ask me, because we love to have you in this channel. I am going to ask a Cowboys question, says Dak is king. Who's our best receiver? CeeDee Lamb. Big Play Slay says, yeah. Jalen Hurts me. I think the Eagles have small chance of winning the division. I'm an optimist. I think that you would be correct. I think that here's the thing. Let's go over this real quick. The Eagles have their guys. They have guys at the skill positions, right? They have some. Miles Sanders, obviously. If used correctly, he could do a good job. You know what I mean? Let's say it's Jalen Hurts for the 2021 season, and he progresses like we hope that he does. That can be a good move. That can be good moves moving forward. You know what I mean? I honestly believe that Travis Fulgham is going to be either the X or the Z. I So wide receiver. So we'll just have to see how that pans out. But I do believe that he'll be a part of the starting lineup. That's what I see. Um, that's what I see them doing going forward. And then Dallas got it. So I mean, like, and the offensive line's gonna be better. Brandon Brooks is gonna be back. Lane Johnson is gonna be back. Jordan Mailata is probably gonna get the start. Isaac Samalu is probably gonna get the start. So there's gonna be things. There's gonna be the Eagles. Look, I've said this before. When it comes to our division, it's gonna be tough as it's always been. It's always gonna be a knockout. It's always gonna be a knockdown, drag out sort of deal. It just will. Um, the Eagles are still a team that have players that can put up points, but we need more. Obviously, we need more. We need players. We need playmakers on offense still, mainly at the wide receiver position. We need just you know, all around badasses. And we just don't have that. We don't have a flurry of Pro Bowlers on the team, and that's something that we need. And but other than that, I think the biggest question mark is the defense. Is the defense? I think the Eagles can turn it around quickly with just a few moves, and it's kind of what I was ranting about earlier. It's not hard. The Eagles have a lot of capital right now, and they really could turn this thing around quickly if they wanted to. It's just how he's overthinking and trying to be smarter than everybody else, and he doesn't need to be. He doesn't need to be. Go get playmakers. Just go do it. Go fucking do it. The draft is deep, and I understand that there's going to be people that be like, okay, yeah, DB, yeah, you're just talking out your ass. No, I'm really not. I actually traded back as Eagles in my mock. Thoughts? I like it. You traded back for who? And what'd you get when you traded back? I think Taco Bell. Big Place Laces. Off topic, maybe other than McDonald's, KFC is the worst fast food place to go eat. KFC, I love making homemade chicken, and I gotta tell you, I want to throw up every time I eat KFC. Hence why I haven't had KFC in 8 years. Jalen Hurtsme says I think Taco Bell. I mean, Filiberto's is phenomenal. Have you guys had Filiberto's? Well, I lived in LA for 3 years, and I lived in Los Feliz. And right down the street, there was a fucking amazing taco chicken, like a burrito taco stand. Not one of the trucks, because there was a ton of those, but it was a burrito taco stand, and their chicken, they would grill it all. They would make this stuff right then and there all day long, and it was the best. It was so good. I would literally move back to California, just that area of California, just for that fucking, just for that fucking chicken taco. Will the Patriots ever be the same? Yeah. I think I understand where you're going with that, Dak, and I think that it's a fair question because Bill didn't really do a good job. They didn't do a good job. I think Bill has earned himself the leeway of a few bad years. So if he does bad again, then we can start thinking about it. If he does bad with the off season that he's had so far, then it's worth thinking about. But I think I think he'll find a way. I think Bill is going to find his quarterback for the future in this draft. and I think it's gonna be Mac Jones. I mean, I have a feeling it's gonna be like Mac Jones, or it could be Kyle Trask, or like it's just gonna be one of these guys that are kind of like Jimmy Garoppolo. People say, is it like that burrito taco combination with those two beef tacos, fajitas, chicken steak combinations, two enchiladas combination, all sorts of shit? No, bro. No, it's just a fucking tacos. It was just a taco stand that also served. Yes, yeah, I guess so. Yes, the stand was a certain yes. The stand was like they served fajitas, they served tacos, they served burritos, and it was the fucking best. And they were open. They were open until 1:32 in the morning. In Los Feliz. In Los Feliz, it was absolutely phenomenal. It was absolutely phenomenal. And so, like, me and my buddy, we would go down there, and we would, at like 10:30 at night, we'd go and fucking order a chicken taco, like a bunch of chicken tacos or a couple chicken burritos. So fucking good. So fucking good. Dacus King says, who's the most improved team so far, and who are the worst teams in the NFL? Who's the most improved team so far? And I would say, considering the last couple of years, Washington football team. I got to be honest. I would say the Bills, but I think Patrick J would even agree with me here, is that we kind of foresaw their rise. But the Washington football team, they kind of put it together. They had, they obviously drafted Chase Young and the defensive line. They had first they addressed the defensive line with the first rounders, and they just became absolutely studly all along the defense. And then they just add to it, and now they also hit on a late draft pick with Terry McLaurin. That did wonders for them. And now they're adding to that. I mean, it's like the Giants most improved. How are the Giants most improved if they still can't win? That doesn't make sense to me. That doesn't make sense to me. Cardinals are not. Cardinals most improved. Yeah. No, I don't think the Patriots are most improved. No, I don't think the Patriots are most improved. I mean, on paper, like what does most improved mean? Does most improved is like I would if we're talking about most improved, and then that also including like them winning. We haven't really seen what the Patriots have done with Jonnu Smith and Hunter Henry and guys like that yet. I have no faith in Cam Newton. I really don't. I don't think Bill's going to get anything out of Cam Newton that Cam Newton hasn't already shown. Most important position besides quarterback? Center. Center. The team that spent Big Place Lay says the team that spent the most and loaded on the positions they needed to, I'd say, fire the mold and of improve. Yeah. You wish Jalen would be like Kyler. Guys, yeah. So Patrick J really loves Kyler, and I really like Kyler too. I think Kyler's a different type of quarterback than what Jalen Hurts is going to bring to the table if we have the best version of Jalen Hurts ever. I think Kyler is going to be a better version of Lamar Jackson, and I think Jalen could possibly be could possibly be a Russell Wilson. And they're two different. They're two different ones. The potential. So it's like archetype, right? It's like archetype. Archetype, Kyler, Lamar. Better version of Lamar. I think Kyler can be way better than Lamar Jackson, actually. And I think Jalen fits an archetype that's more like Russ. You know, and that's that. That's that. I think they're two different types. I don't want Jalen Hurts to be like Kyler. I want Jalen to be better at what Jalen is doing because Jalen did some good things. You know? Tell me what you guys think about that. Tell me what you guys think about that. Can you deal with that? If somebody can tell me what movie that's from, I will send you a free DB Talking Now hat. Anybody? 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 Going once? Going twice? All right. Howie, let's just get down to brass tacks here. I mean, Howie just needs to do a good job. Howie just needs to do a good job. It's that simple. It's that simple. It's that simple. If Nick Sirianni utilizes Jalen Hurts to his strengths, he'll succeed, especially with the read option. Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah, but do they use the read option? I think actually they might include the read option in there. I could see that. I could see that happening. Nope, not talking about Scarface. Not talking about Scarface. It's a little bit more recent, but yeah, guys, not a lot going on today. Other than that, that's pretty much it. But I do have to go, guys. I am getting pretty hungry. I am getting pretty hungry here, so I gotta go cook some dinner. But I will talk to you guys tomorrow around 4:00, same time. This is DB Talking Now, DB Talking Birds, DB Talking Philadelphia Eagles. One love, guys. Let me just get a couple of these comments out of the way before I go here. Cardinals are my pick, says Dak is king. For NFC, if Kyler takes the next step, I agree with you there. The team that spent the most. Oh, I'm missing. Jalen Hurts me says, honestly, I'm doubting Hurts to be good. Well, only time will tell, man. Only time will tell. But he's working hard. So, you guys have a beautiful evening. This is DB Talking Now, DB Talking Birds, DB Talking Philadelphia Eagles. Stay safe, stay healthy. One love. Go Birds, baby.